Hi, welcome to Blue Collar Employee Retention. My name is Jeremy Davis, and if you are in the steel industry whatsoever, be it producing, manufacturing, um, processing, whatever the category you fall into is, I know that you are experiencing a high turnover rate. How do I know this? Because all blue collar industries are facing a high turnover rate. Everything from the trades to manufacturing to warehousing to general production. But I know that the steel industry is really facing a huge turnover right now. And from having over 35 years of experience in blue collar industries, ranging again from manufacturing to production to warehousing to the steel industry itself, I have experience in this particular world. And why does experience matter? Well, experience is, as they say, experience is the best teacher. Because not only do I know blue collar jargon, not only do I understand blue collar people, not only do I know what blue collar workers seek, enjoy, do for hobbies, etc., I am a blue collar worker. I am a blue collar person. That will never change. So when I come at this, I'm not coming at this from the category of a business owner. I'm not coming at this as from an HR perspective. I'm not coming at this from a CEO perspective. I'm not coming at this from a I have an education, therefore I am special, been down. No, no. When you come from that category, you are going to, well, obviously alienate so many of the people that you're trying to get in touch with, but you're also going to be wrong. Period. Point blank. You're going to be wrong. Why? Because what you have read in books, the theories that you've heard in lectures, what you've seen on YouTube, um, what you digest from Google, the jargon that AI spits out, none of that will compare to experience. So when you only want the best, you want to work with blue collar employee retention because I am not based on theory. I am based on facts. I am based on experience. And again, nothing will trump experience. So if you're watching this, I already know the answer to this question, but you have a turnover issue. I am here to help because blue collar employee retention is the ultimate solution for steel industry employee retention. Now, again, I already know the answer to this first question, but are you struggling with high turnover rates in your steel manufacturing business? Again, I know that you are. Why? Because where we are right now in this generation. But blue collar employee retention is the best steel industry employee retention coach available. I'm here to transform your workforce dynamics and boost your bottom line. That's the key. You keep your people, your bottom line increases. Now, in the highly competitive steel industry, retaining skilled employees is crucial. High turnover rates not only disrupt operations but also cost your company significantly in terms of recruitment, training, loss of productivity, higher overtime, extra turnover, etc. With over 35 years of experience in blue collar industries, I specialize in creating tailored strategies that address the unique challenges of the steel sector. Now, you may be blind to this, but the cost of employee turnover is dramatic. In fact, it is a silent profit killer in the steel industry. When a seasoned worker leaves, the impact is felt throughout the organization. The costs associated with recruiting, onboarding, and training a new employee are substantial while you're still trying to get productivity from your remaining employees, which to do that you're paying them excessive overtime and burning them out, which when you burn them out, even though you're paying them more, they quit, creating a bigger hole. So it's a vicious cycle that you need to plug in your boat before it is too late. And not only do you have those, but there's also even more detrimental costs that come along with letting, not just letting, but in a way letting, but when you're seasoned people leave. And when I say seasoned, especially in the steel world, I'm not talking about your 10, 15, 20-year guys. No. I'm talking about your 3, 5, 7-year guys. Okay? When they begin to leave, they create a massive void in your business. Because once they've been there for 18 to 24 months, they have a very solid grasp on what they are doing. They are productive employees bringing a profit to the business. Obviously, from a new hire to 6 months, those employees pretty much are costing the business because you're paying to get them up to speed. Then you have your 6 month to 12, 15, 18-month people that are at the very least break even. You'll have some that excel, and those that excel are obviously making the company money. They are paying their own way. And others are just break even. But even with just the break even employees, once they hit the 15 to 18 month category, even they begin to actually make the company money. So they're not only paying for themselves, paying for their benefits, etc., they are bringing a profit. So once you have your 18 to 24 month people, to 3-year people, to 5-year people, to 7-year people, to 10-year people, when you lose them, you lose a lot. You lose a lot. And then going back to what I was talking about in the very beginning with your original hires to 6-month people literally costing the company money, well, even they are critical to retain because you've already spent money advertising, interviewing, hiring your HR people to do all the initial onboarding, your onboarding director, people in the facility training them. So you've already got a tremendous amount of time and money invested in them. So you need to find a way to get them to stay. You need them to stay with you to become a profitable member of your business. Because if you just keep that rotation going, in the door, out the door, in the door, out the door, in the door, out the door. Once Queen's song, Another One Bites the Dust, becomes the theme song for your organization, that is never a positive thing. That the direct and indirect costs associated with that mindset is a very, very great way to go out of business. So we need to fix that. But again, when you allow your 18-month plus people to leave, you're doing so much more than just seeing a person leave and costing your company in the obvious categories. But you're also in the indirect categories that you don't even probably think about. You're losing institutional knowledge, decreased morale among remaining employees, making them wonder why they're still here, which obviously, if they get too disengaged from being low morale, they won't be there. Then you got to replace them also. And then you also have the potential for increased safety incidents that can create a whole cascade of negative effects. In fact, OSHA reports that over 40% of the reportable accidents that they investigate, over 40% of those are from people that have been on the job for less than a year. And that's just in general. That's not just the steel industry. That is in general. So it is so critically important to keep your people. And when I say keep your people, I'm not saying to bow to them. I'm not saying to give in to their demands. I'm not saying to give up your company's integrity or core values. No. It all starts at the very beginning. It all starts with hiring. It all starts with mentoring. It all starts in the very beginning. You want people to come in with the full knowledge and full expectations of what your business actually is. You can't bring them in to thinking it's all fluff and cupcakes and ice cream, and all of a sudden they realize that it's something entirely different. I can't even just come up with something off the top of my head. But you need to bring them in so they know what they're in for. So, now quantifying the costs, you need to consider direct and indirect cost of replacing an employee. Obviously, in the beginning, you have recruitment expenses, advertising, billboards, radio ads, social media, etc. Conducting interviews, screening candidates, they all require significant time and resources. Can you just afford to just keep giving that away? I don't think so. Then you have training costs. New hires need the time to become proficient at what you've hired them for, which means additional resources in training from trainers, supervisors, the lead people in that area. So not only are the lead people in that area training the new people, but since they are training, their own production is reduced, significantly reduced. So you're losing a lot there, which brings us to lost productivity. It often takes months, like I said earlier, at least 6 months for new employees to reach the productivity levels of their predecessors. And now when I say reach, no, but to at least pay for themselves. And then again, you have decreased morale. Frequent turnover can lead to lower morale among remaining employees, reducing their productivity and engagement. And obviously, as already stated, you have higher safety risks. Inexperienced workers are more likely to make mistakes that can lead to accidents, increasing the likelihood of workplace injuries associated with them, your equipment, your building, your forklifts, your cranes. There are so many accidents that can happen, especially in a steel warehouse. It's just insane. Between cranes, chains, magnets, electromagnets, semis, mill driving semis, molten steel, plasma, flame cut, laser cut, saws, blades, flying dust, the heat, the cold, wet floors, high humidity. I mean, there's just so much wrapped into being in the steel industry that people on the outside don't even think about. In fact, this is another valid, not just valid, but very important reason to work with blue collar employee retention, because I've been there. I know the environment. You might visit the environment. Your HR director, HR specialist, etc., they may visit the environment, but they do not know the environment. Knowing it and seeing it are two entirely different things. And you cannot teach what you don't know. Just a little side tangent, but another huge reason to invest your time and your resources in working with only the best, which is blue collar employee retention. But then when you have your accidents, you're also paying for overtime to cover for the people that aren't there, or to cover for fixing the mistakes that they, or not just mistakes, but damage that they made, because a simple error of knocking over a skid of steel can easily take an hour, 2 hours, sometimes half a day just to clean up their error. So you're paying overtime on that. You're losing productivity because of that, and so much more. It's just a vicious cycle that you've allowed to happen in your business. It's time for you to stop it, okay? It's time for you to get yourself aligned, get yourself right, get your business to a much higher retention level. It will never be zero. Let's just be honest. In the steel industry, you will never have a 0% retention rate. In fact, you don't want that. But right now, your turnover rate is probably sitting someplace between 25 and 35%, if not a tick higher. If you can get your turnover rate down to 15 to 18, maybe 20%, you will see such a huge increase in your business and in your profits you can actually use to grow your business. Think, would you prefer to be on the merry-go-round, the merry-go-round of turnover, or would you prefer to be on the 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 rise of reinvesting and growing your business? I know where I always prefer to be, but it's up to you. It's your business. If you want to succeed or fail, that is up to you. Now, employee retention, again, it is honestly the most important thing that you can do for your business. First and foremost, you have the cost savings. With the cost savings, you're thinking, how can keeping and paying a 12-year person be a cost savings compared to bringing in a new person for less? That's simple. The new person that you bring in for less might cost less, but he will not be paying for himself. And to replace a 3, 5, 7, 10, 15-year person can easily, just in hard costs, can cost around up to $45,000 for a $60,000 a year employee. Because odds are very good that until you get your hiring practices right, your onboarding correct, your initial training correct, you will continue the vicious cycle of turnover. So in the number of employees and time and effort that you've gone through just to replace them in just the hard cost category, you're easily looking at $45,000 just to replace one person. And you'll be so much further ahead to keep what you've got. And then when you factor in all of the soft costs, such as lost knowledge, decreased productivity, injuries, overtime, decreased morale, other people leaving, this number quickly skyrockets an additional anywhere from 50 to 100%, if not more. By the time you factor everything in to replace a $60,000 a year employee, by the time you factor in hard costs, your advertising, hiring, onboarding, training, early development, etc., along with overtime, decreased production, increased errors, more accidents, etc., it can easily cost you about $200,000 to replace just one good employee. And that's just insane. So if you have 100 employees, let's just say, and you have a 25% turnover rate, and so basically you're replacing 25 people a year at, even if it let's just make it an even easy number to work with, say that you in hard and soft costs are around $100,000. Well, if we look at that, then you are looking at a tremendous amount of money that you are literally just pouring down the drain of your business instead of reinvesting it to grow your business. It's just ridiculous. But I can help your company literally save millions of dollars. And obviously, keeping your people, you will have increased productivity. A stable workforce ensures smooth operations and higher efficiency. Employees who feel valued and understood are more motivated and more productive and more engaged. And as stated multiple times, because this is a very, very huge factor, you also have enhanced safety. Experienced employees are more likely to adhere to safety protocols, reducing accidents and ensuring a safer work environment. Exceeding customers' expectations. When you can stop turnover, your team's experience increases, which leads to better production and fewer errors, resulting in happier customers, which are more repeat customers. And beyond just the above, there are countless other reasons retention is invaluable to your business. Learn more at bluecollaremployeeretention.com. Now, my proven approach is very, very proven. I understand that not all companies are the same. This is not a this is what you need to do. This is the one way to fix every steel industry business. No, that's ridiculous. That is just like inside of your business, every one of your customers is unique. Every one of your customers has unique attributes, unique wants, unique needs. Well, so do every one of your employees. And if you try to approach fixing your issue as a one size fits all category, you will be quickly let down, to say the very least. I recognize that every organization has unique challenges and opportunities. Okay, so by conducting an extremely thorough analysis of your workforce and organizational culture, we develop customized retention plans that address your specific needs. See, working with us is entirely different than an HR professional. Understanding the employee's needs means we go beyond the paycheck. As I stated earlier, it's not just about the money. You need to discover what truly motivates your workforce, whether it's career development, career enhancement, more opportunities, volunteering, a somewhat flexible schedule, a work-life balance, recognition, etc. We create customized retention plans that resonate with your employees' desires. Again, this isn't about you compromising your business's integrity. This isn't about you compromising any part of your business. You're not compromising. You're just being a good boss. You're being a good business owner. There's a big difference between compromising and letting your business take the back seat to the employee's needs. No, that's not the way this works. You are the business. You are the business owner, the president, the CEO, the CFO, the HR manager, whatever your title. That is you. This is your business that you have taken ownership of. And you will maintain your business's policies, integrity, vision. Everything is yours, but the key is we're going to bring your employees up to that level, not decrease your business to their level. That is so important to always keep in mind. But you need to figure out what your employees' desires are. So to do this, we conduct multiple surveys, focus groups, one-on-one interviews to gather insights onto what your employees actually value the most. And one of your very high costs you probably don't even think about is your onboarding. You just want to get people off the streets, through the interview process, through the drug test, onto the floor. Or you can have an onboarding process that is too weak. So your onboarding process, the first taste that new employees get of your business, is critical. So I have developed multiple, and I'll develop a custom one just for you and your business, but a customized comprehensive onboarding program that not only lets new hires know what they're in for and what their expectations are, but also makes them feel welcomed, valued, and integrated into the company culture from day one. Now, this includes mentorship programs, detailed training sessions, and regular check ins for managers and supervisors to ensure that the new employees have the support that they need to succeed. And you need to provide ongoing support and development to all employees. Continuous learning and development are key to keeping employees engaged. We help you implement training programs that not only enhance their skills but also show your commitment to their career development. This can include technical training, leadership development, cross training, all things that prepare employees for future roles within the company. This isn't just them sitting down to take a little module that they've taken 14 times and they know the answer to that does absolutely nothing to benefit them or the company. It's just a box that they need to check. Those are the most ridiculous things. Hey, have you done your monthly your not safety, but have you done your monthly modules yet? Here's 14 things that you did exactly the same time last year. Nothing has changed, but hey, we need to make sure that we get this box checked. So, no, no, those are just such a tremendous waste of time. Now, some are critical, some are important, but others are just redundant to the point of making a valued employee feel like they're back in kindergarten. So you need to actually get that fixed. And in doing that, fits right into number 4, is building a positive workplace culture. Now, that can be difficult when you're in this kind of industry. I understand. Because you're freezing, you're sweating, you're hot, it's humid, it's loud, it's so many things that aren't natural when you're inside of a building. But even in the worst environments, you can still create a positive workplace culture. And one of the best ways to do this is never create a HR, sales, admin wall, and then everybody out in the warehouse setup. Because then you create resentment. You create an us versus them mentality. And you need to do everything in your power to not have that. Because once you have us versus them, anytime that sales, HR, management, admin needs something from the blue collar employees out in the warehouse production floor, there will always be that resentment on one side or the other. And I will help you minimize that because it will never go away. Because you'll always have your white collar people that feel special, that feel that because they have the education that they deserve more respect, more pay, etc. But no, I will help you flatten that bump as much as humanly possible to make your business more of a team as opposed to a them and us, because that them and us will kill your business. But anyway, back to building a positive workplace culture. It's the foundation. It is the foundation of employee retention. We work with you to create an environment where employees feel respected, valued, and motivated. This includes fostering open communication, recognizing and rewarding achievements, and promoting a work-life balance and allowing them to voice their concerns, their issues, their struggles with different managers or procedures within the organization that you willingly and openly listen to and contemplate. Because there are things that people that are on the floor know and see that you don't because you aren't engaged. Odds are, as a business owner, CEO, president, CFO, head of HR, oh my God, one of my least favorite. If you're the um, the safety coordinator, the compliance manager, quality manager, odds are you are not on the floor very often. In fact, if you are quality or safety, you need to be spending at least 50% of your time on the floor. I'm just going to spit that out there right now. But most of them that I have engaged with and come across spend 95% of their time doing administrative work, which creates a huge disconnect because then when they try to implement new policies and changes, they don't know what they're talking about. But I digress. Just another soapbox. I will not go down that road right now. But when when the people that are on the floor speak up, you need to be willing to listen because it's as sad as it is to hear, you are not always right. Now, through my time in doing this, I have a proven track record of significantly reducing turnover rates across various industries, including steel manufacturing. In fact, companies that I've worked with have seen up to a 50% reduction in turnover within the first year. And imagine what you would look like if you had 50% less turnover. Because that leads to more stable workforces, increased customer satisfaction, etc., increased employee satisfaction and morale. You're just by addressing the needs and concerns of employees, we've helped companies create happier, more engaged teams. And through that, you significantly improve productivity and safety. Retaining experienced workers has led to higher productivity and fewer workplace accidents. In fact, this is some of the things that our customers have said. Implementing the retention strategies recommended by our coach was a game changer. We not only reduced our turnover rates but also saw a substantial increase in productivity and employee satisfaction. And I don't like to give out whom, but this is from a steel plant manager. Our retention rates have never been better. The tailored strategies and ongoing support have transformed our workplace culture. Our employees feel valued and motivated, which has led to significant improvements in overall performance. And that's from an HR director. And the key is that you take action with this. Take action today. Again, visit bluecollaremployeeretention.com. There, it's not the best. There's a lot of things that are not on there, but you can get a good feeling for what I do. But there are multiple places on there to set up an appointment. Just click on any of those buttons, and they will take you to a questionnaire page where I can get to know you and your business a little bit more. And from that page, you can schedule a phone call with me, which is totally free, just to discover how I can help grow your business by keeping your best talent. So do not let high turnover rates hinder your company's success. Invest in the best steel industry retention coach that there is and witness the transformation in your workplace dynamics starting today. In fact, get started now. Again, go to Blue Collar Employee Retention, wrong side, bluecollaremployeeretention.com to learn more about our services and schedule a free consultation. So let's build a loyal, motivated, safe, productive workplace together. And just to restate this, retaining your top talent isn't just about offering competitive salaries. It's about understanding and addressing the unique needs of your employees. With the best steel industry employee retention coach, you can create a work environment where employees are motivated, feel valued, committed to your company's visions and mottos and successes. So start your journey today. Start your journey to success by visiting Blue Collar Employee Retention. In fact, the landscape of employee retention is constantly evolving, therefore, so am I. With advancements in technology and changes in workplace demographics, it is crucial to stay ahead of the curve. Our retention coaches continuously update strategies to reflect the latest trends and best practices in the industry. Technology is a huge factor in retaining employees. You need to leverage technology to enhance your retention efforts, from advanced HR software. Yes, I'm a fervent believer in HR, but HR has its place. And when it comes to retention of your blue collar employees, that is where I come into play. That is where blue collar employee retention comes into play. But your HR people are very, very critical when it comes to tracking employee satisfaction. Some exit interviews, helping to create online training platforms, etc., that continue to provide learning opportunities. But technology also plays a vital role in modern retention strategies, because if your employees don't have the best equipment, it makes it really difficult for them to feel valued. And then obviously you have data analytics. With data analytics, that allows you to make informed decisions about retention strategies. By analyzing patterns and trends in employee behavior, you can identify potential issues before they become major problems. You need to not just have the data, but you need to be able to understand it and read it, because you need to be ensured that you have the insights that you need to keep your workplace engaged and satisfied. And this is a big one. You need to be able and willing to adapt to workforce dynamics. The workforce is becoming increasingly diverse, with different generations bringing unique challenges, expectations, and values to the workplace. The baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, etc., are different. Baby boomers and X are the closest, and then things start to just kind of go off the rails. And if you don't know how to customize to each individual demographic group, you will never fix your retention issue. Okay, because our retention strategies take into account the needs and preferences of various demographic groups, ensuring that your retention efforts are inclusive and effective. In fact, millennial and Gen Zs are so different from Gen X and baby boomers that their expectations of you and the company are tremendously different. They value a work-life balance, career development, and a positive workplace culture much more than boomers and Gen X, because, well, people like me, old people that have been in the industry for a long time, hey, you pay me well, you give me good benefits, I'll show up every day and do the job. But that's really changed. Retaining people in my generation was much easier, because it simply came down to a good paycheck and not being a jerk of a boss, a jerk of an owner. As long as you had good values, as long as you had good managers, as long as you had good pay, good benefits, Dude, boomers and Gen Xers show up all day, every day. But that has changed, and I will help you navigate that challenge and that hurdle. Um, is one of the big things that you are about to encounter, and this is huge, and I know that we're 40 minutes in, but this is huge. You are about to encounter the biggest generational gap in history as far as knowledge and people willing and able to work for your company. And you need to address this today, not tomorrow, not next year, not in 2027 or 2030, because by then it could be too late. Because as the boomers are leaving the workforce and Gen X is beginning to leave the workforce, we are creating a huge hole that needs to be filled. And it can only be filled by younger people. And you need to find a way to make your business attractive for young talent. I mean, that is so vital, but so often overlooked. But retention and corporate social responsibility. Employees today want to work for companies that align with their values. CSR initiatives can play a significant role in retention by showing employees that your company is committed to making a positive impact not just on their lives but on society. Our coaches help you integrate CSRs into your retention strategies, enhancing your company's appeal to socially conscious employees, which is where millennials and Gen Zs seem to fall in. Now, effective leadership is probably the biggest key and crucial for employee retention. Employees need to feel supported and valued by their managers. So the one of the biggest keys will actually be manager, supervisor, and lead training, because odds are very good that when you brought them in, you made the mistake of hiring them based on their ability to perform the task, not their ability to lead. You probably brought them in based on IQ, not EQ. It doesn't matter how high your IQ is if you don't have the emotional quality, the emotional knowledge, the emotional way to know how to connect. So you need it is so much easier to promote somebody with an emotional with high EQ and train them on these specific operational requirements than it is to do it the other way around. But odds are very good that you've already got that flip-flop. So one of our key components is training your leaders and supervisors and teaching them the emotional side of the business to get them to know how to connect and engage and communicate with their employees. That is so lacking in today's environment. So we need to give them the skills that they need to inspire and retain teams. But not only that, but you also need to have leadership and development programs in place. Investing in leadership development programs can have a significant impact on retention. By equipping your managers with tools and knowledge to lead effectively, you create a supportive and motivating work environment. I can help you design and implement these strategies, ensuring that your leaders are prepared to drive retention efforts. And one of the biggest things that we push is the power of recognition and engagement. For now, we'll go with the recognition. It is a powerful tool for retention. Employees who feel appreciated are more likely to stay with their company. We will help you develop recognition programs that celebrate achievements and milestones in production goals, etc., boosting morale and engagement. In building a culture of recognition, it involves more than just occasional praise, the little pats on the back. No, It requires a consistent effort to acknowledge the contribution of your employees, because without your employees, you do not have a business. That cannot be stated enough. But we will work with you to build a recognition culture that makes employees feel valued every day. You obviously need to have employee well-being. Well-being is directly linked to retention. And when it comes to well-being, here's something that you probably are not aware of. But depression and anxiety are much higher in blue-collar work environments. Your blue-collar workforce has more mental struggles. They have more depression. They have higher anxiety than their white-collar counterparts in the office. There's a lot of different factors that play into this, but this is vitally important, okay? Now, not only do your blue collar employees face a much harsher work environment, much more strenuous labor intensive work than the white collar counterparts, but they also, on top of that, have much higher anxiety and depression than their white collar counterparts. That cannot be overstated. The people that are out there sweating, freezing, that literally walk 7 or 8 miles a day just to do their job physically have more mental struggles than the white collar counterparts. Now, this cannot be overstated. And this is much more than just giving out a gym membership. No, you need to give them the resources that they need to be mentally healthy as well as physical healthy. Now, providing the resources and support that they need for this will greatly increase retention. Providing resources for physical, mental, and emotional health will significantly reduce turnover. I will help you implement well-being programs that address the holistic needs of your workplace. And having these shouldn't be a should have. No, these should be a requirement. But they should cover various aspects of health, including physical health, mental health, work-life balance. And again, I will help you to design a comprehensive program that promotes the overall well-being for you to help you and your employees succeed. Now, when it comes to the ROI of investing in your employees, that should go without saying, but investing in employee retention offers a substantial return on investment. The cost savings from reduced turnover combined with increased productivity and morale make retention strategies a wise financial decision that you will benefit from for years. We can help you measure the ROI of your retention efforts, ensuring that you see the tangible benefits of your investment. Working with a company such as Blue Collar Employee Retention will pay off for decades. It will pay off for decades. And in fact, from the investment required to work with me, you will have already had it paid off in cost savings before the program is even done. Okay, that I can promise you if you and your supervisors and managers follow my coaching. Within 6 months, it will have more than paid for itself. But the long-term financial benefits of employee retentions extend beyond the immediate cost savings, because a stable workforce leads to better customer service, higher quality products, and a stronger company reputation. We help you achieve these benefits by creating a retention strategy that delivers long-term results. Again, everything that I do is customized to you and your business. Every company is unique, and a one-size approach will never work. Our company develops customized plans tailored to your company's specific needs and goals. So, again, the best thing that you can do today is contact Blue Collar Employee Retention, visit my website, read the website, schedule an interview. Again, you just go to bluecollareemployeeretention.com, click on request an appointment, and it will take you to a little questionnaire, and from there we will get in contact, and then you can see exactly how I can help you and your business's long-term success, because there's so much more that I want to say here, but I've almost taken an hour of your time, and I don't want to take anything else away from your work day. So again, I look forward to hearing from you and helping your business succeed for the long term. Again, my name is Jeremy Davis, and I look forward to working with you. Have a phenomenal day, and thank you.